Howdy folks, I hope you're all doing well, and today we return again to Minecraft Hardcore. And as outlined in last vid, today we have a lot to do. We are completely revamping this island in preparation to go find a trial chamber. And that's going to start with completely chopping down this entire forest over there and this little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. As you can see, all of the trees are now gone. And now the plan is to completely finish off this base. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all the materials that we're going to need to do that. Okay, so I was going to do some cool like crop transition, but that's right, we found some diamonds at the bottom here. I'm hoping for 5 maybe. Beautiful. And as you can see, we've mined a very large amount of deep slate. So I think next up we're going to return to the Nether and get all the bits that we're going to need from there. So I will see you in the Nether. Okay, in we go. Oh, what are you doing here? Why did my shield just break? Oh, it's not smart to continue without shield. Hold up, I will be back in a minute. Okay, let's try this again. We've got gold boots this time, so we shouldn't be attacked by the piglins. Quite literally all we are wanting is glowstone, I believe. 34, perfect. And here we are back in the base. As you can see, I have taken the initiative to finish off these sides in both of these rooms. And as you'll also notice, we had to put some in the middle, which is a bit of an eyesore. So to combat that, we're gonna have to find a lot of wool. But before we can finish that, the rain here needs to pass. And whilst we're waiting for that, might as well talk about whatever this is. We had a group of unwanted guests who tried to stay in the castle, obviously not going to happen. And they dropped ominous bottle, and this gives bad omen for 100 minutes. So essentially they've just turned bad omen into a dropped bottle, which I think is really cool. But anyway, gonna wait for the rain to pass, and then we are going to set out to find both wool and some dye. Okay, it's been a while and we've made a bit more progress. Firstly being, we built this sort of center point. My plan is eventually we're going to put a bell here. I just need to figure out what it is that we want to, like the block that we want as the center point. I forgot copper oxidizes and didn't get any honey from the bees over there. So unfortunately, at least 2 of these doors, if not 4 by the end, are going to have to go. We've also got 4 armor stands now. And we have started work on the carpet front. Not quite finished yet, but it's looking alright. And then lastly, we just need 1 more blast furnace, but we are now all out of iron, unfortunately. So I will have to go find some of that at some point. And then we have the new and improved enchanting room. I don't think we're finished yet with adding bookshelves, but we nearly are. So I can live with it. And then our next task, if we come up here, is going to be completely covering this area deep slate brick so that from the top it looks completely deep slate until you hit this area, which is going to be the 2nd floor of the castle. So let's go ahead and do a time lapse of that. Okay, whilst waiting for 4 cherry trees to grow over there, I decided we'd start work on a farm. And unfortunately, not only have we run out of iron, but we also now only have 20 potatoes. Luckily though, we can start growing them here. So the plan is to just do that. Build an infinite water source there to hopefully make life easier whilst doing this. And that is the farm done, although I do think we could do with getting rid of this, but we'll save that for now. And we're back. As you can see, we've built another little farm, and I have planted 4 trees there, which we will be needing some more glowstone for. Now, I'd say we're currently about halfway through where I was thinking I wanted to get to in terms of actually building, and that includes the new second half of the base, or the current sort of iteration of it. I'm not 100% on it yet. I don't mind it from the inside, but I don't know how well it works with the rest of the sort of castle. It's definitely unique. I'll stick with that for now. And then we've got the roof, and I was going for sort of a traditional Japanese roof or something of that ilk, but this I don't quite know what this is. I think I'm just gonna keep building and see what happens. Every good base requires terraforming. Unfortunately for me, this island is definitely going to need a lot of it. But the plan for today, filling in all of that as well as exploring that cave and that cave, because we do desperately need some more iron. And that is the plan. We also did get rid of the nether portal over there. Terraforming is underway, but I got a little distracted. You see, I figured out how we're going to light around the path. I'm going to do so using these sort of bushes, I guess. I tried the tree thing with trees and then glowstone in the leaves, but I don't know. I don't think it looked right. Whereas this, I mean, I don't necessarily love it, but I don't hate it. So as you can see, we've got indentations in the floor where we're going to need firstly some glowstone, and then to finish the rest of these, we're going to have them all the way down here to where the new nether portal is going to be. Now it's just a case of building something that isn't an absolute eyesore. Okay, we've returned, and we have a new portal design. Unfortunately, it's this. It needs vines at the very least. I can live with it for now, and we can change it in the future. So we're going to hop into the nether, and I'm going to try my very best to find some glowstone. And I say that because we have quite literally already taken all the glowstone from this entire area. Well, I had no intention whatsoever of recording this bit, but found some ancient debris, which I will certainly not say no to. Sure. So we've now fitted the glowstone into every single one of these sort of lamps, I guess we're going to call them. But we're not done yet. So I've put a sort of mini forest there, and on the coastline you can see the beginnings of another forest. Going to be completely oak once it's finished. And to finish off today, I did mention a dock last time, or a harbour, or whatever you want to call it. And that's going to go right here, just because whenever we adventure out, it's always over there. And I feel like we could tie the dock here into a village over there in the future. I've also had to make a new shovel because the other one pretty much broke. We are going to need a lot more cherry leaves and a lot more glowstone, and also a lot more trapdoors than that, because we're going to need to build a lot of these sort of cherry lamps, I guess I'm going to call them. Yeah, I'm going to start work on the dock, and then when we actually start building it, I'll whack that over there. Alright, a few more days have passed, and the path is finally complete, and it's looking pretty good. We had enough glowstone and everything else. Did do a little terraforming around the sides, as you can see, just to make sure the glowstone wasn't sticking out the sides, and I'm really actually quite happy with it. Like, as far as paths normally go, I think this is pretty good. One thing that I do need to do is the dock, and I have had an idea for it, but it will be very, very expensive, and it's also going to require a lot of oak. And what that plan is quite simply to just build campfires along the shore and have that as the floor of the dock, and then have sort of oak pillars supporting it, which will be very expensive to build, but it will hopefully look good in the end. Yeah, you know what, that's quite cool. It's definitely different, but I feel like it just adds a little more depth to the whole thing. I do think they'll maybe do a layer up. You know what, so it's going to end up with sort of that height, and then we can have slabs there leading up to it. You know what, I think that sounds like a plan. So I'm going to go ahead and build that, and it will probably take us a few more days, and seeing as we're already on day 72, I think that will definitely conclude today's adventure. Okay, and we are just about to be done with this. Also, quick side note, we got a beehive. It spawned on one of the trees when I was cutting them down, because this took a lot of wood, like an unhealthy amount of wood. But it's over now. All that's left is to extinguish these 3 campfires. put down the boat, and here we have it, the dock. I was originally thinking of doing like a suspension bridge thing with fences, but I'm not sure how that would look given how small it is, so that could be something that we do in the future. But otherwise, for now, we are done. We are done. And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. So then obviously we've got the new central point, the farms, the horse stable, although we do need a saddle for that. And then we've got the main base. I actually think it looks really good. And for some reason, I actually quite like the green doors with it. It's weird, but don't hate it. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about this carpet, but that can wait for later. We finished the one in here, we got a bed. We also put a portrait there. Do need to decide what we want on that wall and maybe put something there, but I'm not entirely sure on that front. Got the enchantment room, and then obviously up here we have the second floor, and I'm actually really liking it. I don't know why, it's odd and the roof looks weird, but like I've got so much storage here now, which I'm a big fan of. I don't know, I just do really like it as a base. And then lastly, we of course have the cherry forest, or the beginning of a cherry forest over here, and of course the nether portal, which I'm actually quite happy with now, to be honest. I think adding the purple stained glass was really a great decision, because it just looks so much better with it. And I mean, it's not perfect, but it will definitely do. So that is going to be us for today. A little bit of a different style in this one. Nice change of pace, and I feel like because of that, we got a lot more done in this one than we would have if we hadn't been doing that. And we've also got a decent amount prepared for the village, although I might postpone the trial chamber until we've actually beat the Ender Dragon, just because I feel like having an elytra will help immensely with actually getting to it, and it'd be nice to have good loot to try and raid it, because I'm hoping that it's a pretty challenging place. So with all that being said, I thoroughly hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.